Om Shivaya Shiva Balayogindraya Parabrahmanaya. With my deep prostrations at the lotus feet of beloved Master Shiva Balayogi, I greet you all with my love and blessings. I was addressing you all as warriors. You are going to be called as warriors when you sit for 1 hour. That's great. Wonderful. I'll just quickly have a look. Wonderful. A lot of familiar faces are all there. Everybody is ready for the battle. A battle with your own imaginations, you and your mind. Weapon is silence, keeping quiet, at peace. So that is the thing that you all have to apply and achieve the things to you all. Dedication, discipline, and patience are such valuable things. You have to remember again and again. When you close the eyes, all just you have to do is mentally you have to just try to keep quiet. That's what you shall precisely be trying to do when you just watch in between eyebrows. The thing that is watching, that is the real soul. That is the supreme peace. That is the supreme consciousness you will experience. All my blessings to all of you.
Babaji, thank you for being with us here. Babaji, in your discussions, you've always mentioned 3 principles: discipline, dedication, and patience. I was just wondering if you could talk about the quality of patience that we'll need as devotees today, because just the expectation of results from whatever we do seems to impact on finding what patience is. Where do we, if you can advise us on the quality of patience?
You see, in today's world, people are losing patience and there are high expectations that things should happen instantly, like an instant coffee. Anything that is quick, just like a quick things. So can the self-realization happen just like that? And we are sitting and we must get realized. But everything takes its own time. For the earth to revolve on itself, it takes 24 hours, means that 24 hours is there. It's another thing, if we do not notice much and if we can keep ourselves composed, at peace, then we won't notice that 24 hours might simply go by like 2 minutes. This 1 hour, all of you sat. And I was observing all of you, almost all of you looked very comfortable sitting, closing your eyes. Perhaps very quickly this time passed. For me, it simply passed by 2 minutes. So quickly, 1 hour is over. Now I have to wake everybody up. So this is what the patience gives you, this ability to bear with, wait, and go for the actual result. Don't give up. That is important, patience means. So I have always told, just like if you need to bake a bread or cook some vegetable, if that much of time is needed, you have to wait for that one. You just keep the flour in the oven and try to bake. And within moments, you are in a rush to hurry, you lose patience and you won't get the bread. You will get only the flour back again. And you will spoil the bread baking process itself. So that's what happens. Mind has gone out of control, since time immemorial. So much it has become habitual. All acquired habits of the mind. 100 times, 1,000 times, you sit with us, you try to listen to our talks, our lecture, our upadesha, our teachings, and help you to practice. But then when you sit down, you might lose that patience. Not happening. You feel like banging your head onto the wall and you feel irritated. Oh no, meditation is not for me. People decide themselves on their own. So that is when you lose patience. So that is where you need patience. Patience is very essential. Patience gives you determination. I must go for that. I need that one. I want the highest peace and highest happiness. And it must be there at all times. It is my right, my existence right, that I must have the peace and happiness. So that is how patience can pay very rich dividends. That's why often we advise sadhaks, means seekers, to exercise patience. Anything that you want to do in this world, you want to help somebody, you want to help others, you need to have patience, to be compassionate, to be loving and caring. Somebody else might lose temper, but you have to be caring and have patience. As a teacher, often I need to have that compassion and patience. If students are not learning properly, if they do not listen to me properly, and they keep doing other things other than the things that we advise, then I need to be compassionate, have patience, try to bring them back, convince them, talk to them 100 times and 1,000 times, again and again. The questions keep coming, and we try to talk the same thing without losing patience. We answer 100,000 times. You ask me the question, I don't mind. I will be happy to answer you. So that is the essence and effect of the patience.
Thank you, Babaji.
Babaji, my question is, what is the importance of 108 times japa, mantra japa, or 108 times beads in the mala?
You see,
Number.
in a simple language, I will tell. A meditation, when you meditate, like we tell, at least you must do for 1 hour. That means that much of time is needed for the mind to recede and become quiet, warm up for meditation. The first 30, 40 minutes you might be struggling. So your mind is trying to run away like a monkey and you are trying to bring it back. So that is the reason why 1 hour has been recommended. In the same way, when you chant a mantra or you repeat a mantra, so for japa, 108 times is recommended, so that all the 108 times you repeat, you focus your mind on the mantra. So then it will be more effective. It will be helpful for your mind control. Otherwise, you are always in a rush to run away somewhere. 1 or 2 times you will decide, oh, that is done, it is over. Like in the beginning, after 5 minutes, you would like to finish the meditation. Oh, 1 hour is too much. Why this master Babaji is telling us 1 hour? Just 10 minutes would have been enough. Many people ask questions, is 5 minutes enough, Babaji? Is 10 minutes enough? So, you want to become the president of a country and you tell that I want to get educated. If I just do the primary school, is it enough? It will not be enough. You have to do. So that is the essence of repeating 108 times. The more that you can do it, you will gain patience, you will gain mind control, it will be effective.
Hi Babaji. What can I do when I plan to meditate, but something happens that day? So I'm too upset, or I'm taken up with, or get swept away with events, and I don't think about meditation again?
If an important thing comes, and because always you have to set a priority. So you want to meditate, try that nothing disturbs you. Ancient teachers used to have told in scriptures, when you sit for meditation, you must adopt such methods so that both your enemies and friends do not disturb you. So that is important. However, if on a priority something comes up and you have to attend to such a thing, still do not lose patience. Wait for the next opportunity. Do not give up that enthusiasm. Oh, I must meditate. You keep waiting, you keep waiting. The next very available opportunity, you sit down and practice meditation and do not feel irritated. That is important.
Babaji, at the beginning of the program, Baba mentioned that when we're meditating and we're watching, it's the self that is watching. Could Baba please speak about that some more? Because the self, the divine, often seems so far away and so unattainable.
It is true. However, what you just now recognize as mind is also part of that divinity, that ultimate truth, that your real self. And actually the self may not be watching anything, it is in itself. The portion that has come out as mind, so that is what you have considered as yourself. But it is not very far away from the real self. All simply you have to give up the imagination and it simply goes back to self. So quickly, like that it can happen. It is not such a thing that almost impossible and it seems to be very far away. Only in imagination it is far away. And when we consider, oh, it is very complicated, I cannot do it. When you lose that spirit of and enthusiasm, then the things appear very far away. Actually, you are so close and it is so simple. If you consider that, oh, it is possible, I will be able to do it. All I have to become quiet, that is all. And this, what is this watching, is the real self actually, that you will realize when all imagination once for all goes away.
I would like to know your comment about ayahuasca and the spiritual tradition in South America. If it really they are using ayahuasca as a medicine, it's a psychedelic that they are using to connect with the earth, the ancient people there in South America.
This has nothing to do with spirituality. And spirituality does not recommend any such thing. Spirituality recommends you connect to your real self. Just now what you are imagining in the mind, that is because of that you are away from your real self and you have forgotten. To regain that yourself, you have to get rid of all imaginations. That is the essence of spirituality. That is the highest and that is the final truth.
Babaji, my question is, when we sleep, right, when I read or I heard about somebody, when we sleep, an enlightened person still feel the body is sleeping and they're aware during the sleep, even though they're in a fully sleep in the night, they're fully aware the body is sleeping and dreams are coming, all that are fully awake, right, when we sit for a meditation, same, right? So I was trying, like, I don't know, it's my try, I just sometimes for experimentation, just when I'm lying for a bed, I'm just, become aware of the sleep is coming, but I'm just sleeping off. Next morning or I'm awaking. So is that true or is it anything like that?
Yeah, for a self-realized jnani, it is true because the awareness is always there. However, otherwise ordinary people, when the brain sleeps, then the mind has nothing to catch. So it gets detached temporarily, then it enjoys some happiness. But as soon as the brain becomes active, the mind is drawn back to the brain's reflection and the mind spins, jumps back into imaginations.
Is there anything good for trying like that? Try to lose it in the dream? Is it anything? Is it recommended?
By trying in any other way, it would be very difficult. You can get confused. Simply during when you are awake, try to get rid of the imaginations by just watching. This will continue eventually in your dream state also. This will give the awareness eventually. So this is the right process.
Okay, thanks, Babaji, and blessings required.
Hello, Babaji. I've got two questions. I've been giving a lot of thought to the fact that you said I'm angry with God. And I think you're right. I think I'm angry with God. But my question is, if I'm a droplet, using this analogy, if I'm a droplet and the ocean is the divine, why was I separated? Why did I have to leave the divine to become this person and struggle through life like everybody does, like you do, everybody does? Why do we have to do this?
Listen, with all my love and care for you, I would like to tell it was your mistake. You did this naughtiness. By becoming naughty, you didn't listen to the divinity, not to go further. Don't imagine, don't go into creation, but you went on and built up your own egos. So that has brought you all this distance in imagination. Simple. All you have to lose is your imagination and you are back there.
Right. And my second question is, why do you keep talking about lotus feet? I've got no idea why feet can be lotus. What is lotus feet?
Lotus feet. It is in our Indian culture, the feet of the master, who is a self-realized master, is considered equivalent to lotus. Symbolically, it has been compared to just like the lotus, a beautiful lotus that blossoms. So we call the feet of the master as a lotus feet. It is equivalent to the lotus. That is what is culturally significant.
Right, and the lotus purifies the water, so he purifies the earth. Is that that's right?
Exactly.
Ah, thank you very much. Thank you.
Namaste, Babaji. I have two questions. One, if the movement of the eyeball is connected to thinking, I'm using this eye patch that is giving me more comfort in eyeballs. Guys.
Yeah, with that comfort, it must steadily be at one place at least, because eyeballs keep moving parallelly, as I had told earlier. It doesn't come easily into one direction. So if you steadily just watch, gently, politely, just watch, and then the eyeball stops moving, then it can withdraw and hold the mind also there. So then eventually you will realize the mind that is trying to watch itself is successful by becoming quiet. So that's what will happen. That is why it is recommended to keep the eyeballs also quiet and steadily watching, not allow it to move too much. So if you just watch, that is the technique. If you just watch, it will also become quiet. And then slowly, eventually it will come to the point of in between eyebrows.
Babaji, if I may ask a question on behalf of somebody who can't ask directly.
Okay.
He has asked, what will happen to our soul when we die? And is there such a thing as a good soul and a bad soul?
Soul itself is neither good nor bad. It is the mind which becomes bad and good. Means generally when it thinks of selfish physical body as the self and only bothers about that physical body and not ready to bother about anybody else, then it becomes bad, selfish and narrow-minded. When the mind is able to think of a larger cause, welfare of the country, welfare of the whole world, welfare of the space, all the worlds, so then it becomes a good. That is what it is. Well, now when death happens, mind mind is also the self actually, because there are thoughts. Just now you recognize your own energy, conscious energy, as the mind. So when brain dies, that is what death means. Mind gets detached, but it is holding all the acquired habits in a symptomatic way. So based on those holding of the acquired habits, it will assume next incarnation. It cannot remain without a physical body, any physical body. So it will assume next incarnation and keeps going on and on like that. So throughout the life, it also absorbs imprints. Just like in this life, since childhood, your mind would have had been absorbing imprints of whatever it had come across, recognizing a thing, then analyzing, this is good, this is bad. According to our thoughts only, we try to decide something as good and something as bad. It is said, the old saying, if you remember, one man's food is another man's poison. Somebody, it might be very pleasurable to listen to me. To somebody who is not spiritually interested, it may be very unpleasant and a big headache. So it is their attitude. I have nothing to do. So like that, what happens? The spirituality or this meditation is all taught so that before death claims your physical body, if you can clear your mind of all its imaginations and achieve total silence, that is when the mind regains its original form of pure consciousness. It is just consciousness, and it is not getting applied to any other object, and it is not assuming with any judgment or analyzations. That is what pure consciousness means. Then you can get rid of being reborn again. You become one with the all-pervaded supreme consciousness, and that is supremely peaceful. Don't imagine whether it is dry, wrong, this, that. It is supremely enjoyable, supremely peaceful. No more problems.
Thank you, Babaji.
Pranams, Babaji. Babaji, you say the mind is conscious energy, our conscious energy. Would you mind just explaining a bit more about these two, the conscious energy and consciousness and energy?
You see, nobody has seen the mind itself through our naked eyes. Everybody recognizes the mind based on the thoughts and visions that are in the mind. Just like my mind is thinking like this, my mind wants to do like this, my mind wants to go there. And also in that process you start telling, I want to go there, I want to think like this. So that I and the mind has no difference actually. Mind is your conscious energy. So you cannot show your mind to anybody, what is its color, what is its form. But it is there. This mind, when all thoughts and visions come, but stop totally and silence is achieved, still you will always have the consciousness of your existence. I keep telling in my talks, amongst millions of thoughts that are in your mind, you have one thing which is not a thought and imagination, is the consciousness of your own existence. That I exist. That feeling is always there for you. Just now, that consciousness is stuck and sitting in the body. That's why you feel yourself as if you are this physical body. But actually when you meditate and slowly as you get rid of all thoughts and visions, that consciousness of existence is there. All thoughts are going, all visions are going, silent, 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 but you are there. You cannot make yourself disappear. So that is what is the pure consciousness of existence. That is the form of the self. Self is recognized as supreme consciousness because it is all pervaded.
Thank you, Babaji.
Thank you. Reverence and respect, Babaji Maharaj. when will I know when the acquired habits of sense pleasure have gone? What will be my next level in between 1 hour a day and 8 hours a day of meditation? Will it be clear to me that my mind's been purified? Will I know? How long will it take? Can it be shorter if I'm devoted?
As soon as it is possible for you to become quiet mentally, you are there. Because as a habit since long time, so these things have come to mind. Mind has become habitual to be like a chatterbox constantly. But that technique, if you understand, oh, it is me who is bothering myself. I have to become quiet, that's all. So then you become quiet. So that is when you will know that when there are no more any thoughts coming, no more visions are there. Just you are there. That being there. So that you will definitely know because it is you. As I have told earlier also in my talk, you are the best judge for your mind. As long as there are thoughts in your mind, no other person can know what thoughts are there, whether thoughts are there, not there. Only you will know that one.
Thank you.
Pranams, Babaji. Babaji, in the earlier question, you did mention about the real self. Could Babaji explain who is the real self?
You see, just now, the same self's droplet which has come out due to imagination has assumed the form of mind. In this mind only, all imaginations, even about yourself as John means what it is, as the physical body, this physical form, all these things keep coming in that mind only. Mind always visualizes, I am a man, I am a woman, I am a Malaysian, I am an American, I am an Indian. All these things keep coming. It is all in the mind. Just previously as I was explaining, what is the mind itself? That is the most infinite, as nobody has seen it, and you cannot also show your mind. What is its color? What is its form? Nobody knows. It is infinite. Simply it is there. That is what is giving you the consciousness of your existence. So when this consciousness of your existence is into imagination, it comes out in illusion. As it gives up its imagination, it will start going back to the self only. This intact thing is the real self. It is not imagining. It is blissfully unaware that so much is happening due to that creation has happened even. But only this mind is dancing, thinking that I am the greatest, I am the valiant, I am this and I am that, whereas it is just nothing. Small droplet is challenging the ocean unnecessarily. It has to simply become one with the ocean, and there is the ocean.
Thank you, Babaji.
Babaji, we need your blessings as usual. Babaji, I have a question. What is the difference between Samadhi and Nirvikalpa Samadhi? Can a common man like me can achieve that Nirvikalpa Samadhi? If yes, how long it takes and what are the sadhanas we have to do? Of course, it is with your blessings only.
You see, in ancient times, originally only a samadhi word was used for the mind to become totally quiet and settle down into the self. But in the medieval times, other things, samadhi was tried to explain in different ways. Like if the mind becomes totally quiet, but is settled into one point, like one imagination, single-pointedly. So it is still called Savikalpa Samadhi. So they tried to use different terminology. New terminologies keeps coming. So when the Savikalpa Samadhi came, opposite to that something needed to be explained. Then they used the word of Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Nirvikalpa means no vikalpa, not an iota of imagination is there. Totally it is in itself. That is Nirvikalpa Samadhi. So now we have to assume Samadhi can be of anything. So you become single pointedly get absorbed into one deity, one God's name. So then such a Samadhi can happen. But your mind is still holding on to some imagination. So that is what is Samadhi or Savikalpa Samadhi. So then to go to Nirvikalpa Samadhi, you have to give up that also. So that is why we always tell, the next question is, can we also experience? You are telling, this method of silent meditation, I have always recommended, my Guru always recommended as one of the highest methods of meditation practiced in ancient Rigvedic era. So because this is like directly you get recruited as an officer. You don't have to become a clerk and get promoted. Means when the mind, you are trying to give the mind to become quiet, silent on its own without any anchor. So thus it can go directly to Nirvikalpa Samadhi. One day it will become possible. So it is all on you. If you understand the technique, what we are telling, you just become quiet and keep watching and don't bother about anything, and the Nirvikalpa Samadhi can come definitely.
Thank you, Babaji. Thank you.
My question is about, can you talk a little bit about trance versus meditation? I mean, I'm understanding when you're saying that Nirvikalpa Samadhi, there's no ego identification or with anything external than yourself. But what is the trance? Sometimes people go into a trance. What is that state? Is it a devotional state?
Trance is a long time devotional practices can take you to a trance. Like you might be attracted to a particular form of God, a divinity or a guru or any such thing. So in any such presence of your master or such a deity's form, or like such devotional songs are being sung, when these things do happen, one is likely to go into such a trance. During that time, so that particular person who goes into trance is likely to have obtained a forms manifested darshan within his mind. And his body might be active as if he has become one with that form of the divinity. Like for example, if you love Hanumanji, if you close your eyes and devotional songs are being sung, you might go into a trance. Means you might get a darshan of Hanumanji within your mind, but in your body others might see some action as if you are doing like Hanumanji. So that is what is Bhava Samadhi. It is original Sanskrit word is known as. In different areas of our country, different languages are used. Like in Andhra Pradesh, Punaka, trance, Deviyana, Devtana, so many things, terminologies. But it is the original word is Bhava Samadhi. Means in Bhava, Bhava is your mind's feelings. When your mind goes into a total stillness with one particular Bhava, that is Bhava Samadhi. But finally, you are advised to meditate so that you can, what the glimpse that you would have obtained in trance, you can permanently merge with that, giving up your own ego also.
I just wanted to ask, like, I think it was Ramana Maharshi who said something like, you know how you have like a spiritual teacher who's like your guru and like you trust him and you have like a spiritual connection sort of thing. And then like I think I read somewhere else that like the world is like your guru. So like you're supposed to treat everyone, like be humble to like everyone and like treat them as like they're like your teacher and stuff. So like, what do you have to say about that?
Yeah, it's up to you. Life gives an opportunity every moment to learn. That's why our Guru Shiva Balayogi advised us never stop learning process. You never know from where you get any good thing to learn. And even our Vedas talk, let noble thoughts come from all directions. So from wherever you can learn, that's the Guru. If a human and a self-realized guru is available, it's like a bonus. He can guide you much better in the language that you can understand. So that is the...
Can I just quickly ask, like, how do you know if like the other person even knows anything, or if they're just like blinding you further? Because like a lot of people act like they're not ignorant, but like they sort of confuse you with more like nonsense.
No, you see, it is your understanding and absorbing capability which helps you in learning. From everyone, from everywhere, there is always something to learn, some point, some good, that which can be helpful to you. A determination, a patience, a never giving up, all these things, a dedication, and always being enthusiastic. Like this, so many things are there. So that will always be available, provided your mind is ready to learn. It must give up its own ego mind, then it is ready to learn.
Thanks.
Okay, hi, Babaji. I'm starting to realize that that this is a path that I have never taken before. So of course I'm going totally by your words and following everything you say now and understanding the difference between imagination and the silence. But I want to know, people are always talking about angels. I mean, what are angels? Are they energy forms?
See, not everybody talk about angels. There are a section of human beings who talk about this thing, just like different people talk about so many different things. They get attracted to this world. You see, when you enter a room, you seldom get attracted to the space, but the bed, pillar, apple, fan, air conditioner, all these things attracts you. In the same way, this world is also an illusory supermarket. So people keep getting attracted to this, that, so many things. So what we were taught, you and your God, because God is the highest. Any angel, bunjal, all these things are all next level, lower level things. Just catch hold of one commander-in-chief, your job is done. So that is one thing. So if you think of angels, there are angels. If you don't think of angels, there are no angels. Stop thinking you are one with God. You keep thinking you are one with this world.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and will you be there for us in our next incarnation? I mean, you're going to guide us right through death and everything?
I can be there. If you want, I'll be there. Don't worry.
Okay.
Not in this body. I can be all pervaded. I can be available if you need me.
Okay. I need you. Thank you.
I remember you mentioned the real self with the ultimate truth as no thoughts or imagination. But at the same time, it is mentioned that it is as an ultimate intelligence. Kindly advise how the ultimate intelligence works without imagination and thoughts.
It is intelligence is a word generally used for application of your brain's wisdom in this, which is helpful in this world. Whereas the ultimate truth does not need any intelligence to be used, because it doesn't need anything. It is just in itself. But the creativity is there. That is the ultimate intelligence. So due to that creativity, that energy presence in the Supreme Consciousness, this world, this universe has been created in illusion with the imagination. But this world is of no use to that ultimate truth. So it can remain. When it is quiet, it doesn't mean that it doesn't have that intelligence or it doesn't have that creativity. When the creativity is there, it can keep quiet. Just like your mind is always thinking. But if you determine, if you don't want, if you practice, you can keep your mind quiet. That doesn't mean when my mind is totally quiet now, that doesn't mean that I cannot think, I cannot use my intelligence. If necessary, I can use my intelligence. I can think also. But I will not give that thinking to go out of control. I will never be dragged to that thought as an reality. I am in my reality. So in the same way, ultimate truth also is there.
Thank you, Babaji.
My question is like, if being in the presence of somebody who are in the state of samadhi, we doing meditation would help us to get into samadhi as well?
You need to have total faith and devotion, considering that person as equivalent as the divinity. So when you have that faith, then your mind gets connected to the vibrations, then you will be able to achieve.
You mentioned at the start about patience and the importance of patience. So the question says, how can one maintain patience when somebody is attacked verbally and emotionally?
See, as long as you are not physically attacked, if somebody is verbally attacks you, you just keep quiet. Like Buddha said, when somebody used wrong language to him, the Buddha said, you give me something and I don't want that. So what will you do? He said, I will take it back. He said, whatever you are scolding me, I don't need that, please take it back. So that person went away with all his blood pressure. He could not give any blood pressure to Buddha. So that comes with the patience of the practice of meditation and spiritual exercises. Then you can restrain yourself, understanding the situation. Simply by being verbally attacking, that person cannot harm you. Only if you become mentally weak, then you feel you are being harmed. You lose patience, you lose your ego, and you lose your happiness, you feel hurt, and you gain your blood pressure, all these things happen. If you just don't bother, so the other person who is trying to give you blood pressure will get into blood pressure. So that is the trick. You just be quiet. Simply by verbally, so many people keep talking sensibly about us, non-sensibly about us, and they don't know who I am. So I don't bother. And so such people's energy go waste. They are wasting their energy.
Thank you very much, Babaji. Thank you.
Done. Wonderful. It's been a beautiful evening being with you all for 1 hour meditation and nearly 40 minutes of question and more than 40, 45. Oh, it is 55 minutes of question and answers. Lovely questions came up and giving me an opportunity to share my experiences on whatever my Guru Shiva Balayogi taught me. So Shiva Balayogi teaches me from all over the world, in so many forums, all over. He is everywhere for me. Some like that he teaches. So he wanted me to keep learning. So we keep learning. So all of you also keep learning.